When we heard about it, time seemed to stop.
A newborn baby kidnapped from the hospital. Every minute feeling like a lifetime for his frightened family.
Somebody got my baby, please, God, please, return my grandson.
We were with police tracking down every lead.
And there when they put someone in cuffs. Right now, the search for baby Bryce.
Breaking news coverage starts right now.
Live, local, late breaking. Channel 11 News starts with breaking news.
Somebody got my grandson, please return my baby, God, please.
A tearful and desperate plea after a newborn baby is taken right from the hospital by a stranger wearing hospital scrubs. We've been breaking into programming all afternoon.
And we are certainly hoping that our coverage will help reunite the family with missing Bryce Coleman. We have several reporters working right now to bring you all of the angles in this story. 4 of them will be live in the next few minutes. But we begin tonight with Vince Sims, our first reporter at Magee. Vince?
Yes, we've been here live at Magee since this all went out, and when we first got here, we made it here and we saw police still swarming here to Magee Women's Hospital with their sirens and lights going as they've been searching for this missing 3-day-old little baby. Take a look. This is the picture. This is the baby they want you to see. This is the picture. I was able to talk with his grandmother, and she told me that his name is Bryce Coleman. That is the name of the little 3-day-old little baby boy. Now, police swarmed here to the hospital when this was reported. That grandmother told me a woman posing as the mother's sister came in dressed in scrubs and somehow removed the baby from the nursery as the family was preparing to be discharged today. Now, as you can imagine, this family is absolutely devastated right now. Here's the grandmother telling me about this and making an emotional plea for the return of that little boy.
Somebody came in the hospital and claimed they was my daughter's sister, and they took her newborn baby that she just had on Tuesday. And we don't know where it's at. Somebody got my grandson. Please return my baby, God, please. An innocent baby girl that's in here. What was they doing? And then on the other day, like the day before yesterday, I was told that they had to come and collect all the babies and put all the babies in the nursery because they had 3 babies that had the same number or something. The nurse or something made a mistake or something and put the same number on 3 of the babies. So what's really going on in here? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't get it. Somebody got my baby. Please, God, please return my grandson.
A very emotional plea from the grandmother who I interviewed when we first made it here to the hospital. Now I've been able to meet up with the sister of the mother whose baby was taken. This is Talisha. You've been here with the family right now. How is the family holding up at this point? How is your sister holding up inside?
Not good at all. I mean, we're all hurting. We just plead that everyone do their best and to send in any information that they know to let us know where he is. My sister's heartbroken. This is, her baby boy, and we just want to see him back safely.
And at this point, have you been able to get any information on where the investigation is going at this point, the family side of it?
As far as I know, they have a person in entrance. I'm not sure who she is, but that's all we know for right now.
And she was being able to be discharged today? They were getting ready to leave the hospital today?
That's how she got away with the baby. The nurse actually cut the band off, and she was able to get away. And she was in my sister's room posing as a nurse student.
She was in there 3 times.
Hold on one second. Let's get a little more information, sir. Your name?
Dale, I'm Talisha's husband.
So this woman was actually in your sister's room?
In-law's bedroom 3 times prior to her taking my nephew.
Okay. So at this point, if, again, the plea that you want the public to hear coming from the family, you being your sister that's in there that has lost her baby right now, your nephew, what's the plea you want to make?
My plea is to, if you know any information, contact police, contact me. I'll post it on Facebook. Just please, we want to get him back safely. My sister's hurting. I'm trying to be strong for her. And that's all we can do right now is keep God first and, lift us up in prayer, please.
All right. Thank you very much for staying strong, talking with me on this. Thank you very much. As you saw, that emotional plea from the grandmother, emotional plea from the family right here. They want everybody to be on the lookout for this 3-day-old little boy that has been taken here from Magee Women's Hospital. We'll be here live throughout this evening and bringing you the very latest updates that we can. Reporting live in Oakland, Vince Sims, Channel 11 News.
Yeah, Vince, very good interviews. You can really feel the pain and the desperation of the family there. The suspect looked the part. She says she bought the scrubs to wear into the hospital. The sales clerk who sold those clothes talked to police. We were there when this happened. Julie Fine, live in Oakland with her story. Julie.
Well, right after we got here, so did police. In fact, they just left a few minutes ago. Now, we're here at Life Uniform. Take a look over here. You can see they sell a lot of medical equipment, a lot of scrubs. Now, police talked to a woman who was working at the uniform store. She told us a woman was right here when the doors opened earlier today. Now, here's video of the police going through Life Uniform. Police say the suspect in the case may have bought this black scrub top you see right here and paid with cash. Now, the store manager did have a short conversation with her. Here is what she told us happened.
She just said she needed a scrub top so she was starting to train. Because I asked her what hospital she was at. She said Magee. She said she was starting to train, and I said okay.
Now, police may have a clue here. Apparently, this woman did leave her name when she made that purchase. We're live in Oakland. Julie Fine, Channel 11 News.
Yeah, Julie, she certainly did, and police went straight to the address of the name given at that scrub store, and so did we. We watched as a person was taken away in handcuffs, hiding her face there. Channel 11's Kara Sapita saw all of this go down. She found out more about this woman and what she means to this investigation. Kara.
Well, police rushed to this Wilkinsburg home. They were hopeful they were going to find the suspect and, more importantly, this baby. That did not happen. We were there as they took this woman away in handcuffs. They're calling her a person of interest at this point, not a suspect. Take a look at this video outside of that home. Here she is with a towel over her head, leaving the Wilkinsburg home in handcuffs. It happened around 3 o'clock this afternoon at a home on Laketon Road. Neighbors say Pittsburgh police and Wilkinsburg police rushed in from all directions down this one-way street. Investigators tell me this woman's name was the one used at that store in Oakland where the woman bought the UPMC nurse's uniform. Police say she, as well as several others inside of that home, were being very cooperative. After that woman was taken away, I had the chance to talk to the sergeant, disappointed that they did not find the baby at the home. He said they're following up on each and every tip to try and find the baby boy.
A search of the residence, it did not turn up any signs of a child at this point.
Right now you have no idea where this baby is?
Not at this point.
I should let you know that sources tell me that this woman had a strong alibi today. She was with her family. Of course, they did take her to Pittsburgh Police Headquarters for questioning. Live in Wilkinsburg, I'm Kara Sapita, Channel 11 News.
Thanks, Kara. Very busy afternoon for police and for our crews tracking down every lead. Here is a timeline of the events today. First, 1:54. The first reports came in of the abduction. At 2:01 in the afternoon, we confirmed the news with police. Then at 2:13, we brought you the grandmother's tearful plea for help, which you just heard. At 2:29, we were at the Oakland uniform shop where police believe the scrubs were bought. You saw that just a moment ago. At 3:21, we were in Wilkinsburg as we saw somebody brought out in cuffs. Kara just had that, but this was not the suspect. We will stay on this story, of course, until we can give you a time for when the baby is found.
And of course, there are some security measures in place to make sure that someone just doesn't walk in and steal another baby. Target 11's Rick Earl is finding out how they're supposed to work. Rick?
Well, Darius, first of all, this is a very rare occurrence. It happens fewer than 10 times a year in the United States. Most hospitals, including Magee, have measures in place to protect newborns. I've learned tonight that the hospital immediately went into a code I, which indicates trouble with an infant. The hospital was immediately locked down this afternoon. Now, one of the most important security measures is the ID bracelet. Every newborn at Magee is immediately outfitted with a bracelet on the wrist and the ankle. There's a chip in the bracelet, and if that infant gets too close to any door in the hospital, the doors automatically lock down. But we've learned that the woman who kidnapped the infant cut the bracelets off. We spoke with some mothers and expectant mothers who were in the hospital when this happened, and they tell us the hospital was put in lockdown, and they had guards at every door searching people and guards in the parking lot searching every car.
Actually, they have the front doors all blocked off, and they just won't let people on the second floor because I guess that's where they took the baby at or something.
Sending everybody through that one door, and there's a cop at the door, and they got everything shut down with cops, so you can't get in or get out without getting your car checked. They're checking all the cars and stuff.
Now, I've also learned tonight that the only hospital employees allowed to hold newborns at Magee wear a little pink stork on their ID badge, and parents are told not to let anyone hold their infant unless they have that ID badge with that pink stork. In this case, we know the kidnapper was wearing blue hospital scrubs, but we don't know if she had one of those ID badges. That is the very latest. Reporting live in the newsroom, Rick Earl, Channel 11 News.
And you're probably wondering by now why no Amber Alert has been issued as of yet. Well, we checked with Pittsburgh police in the last 5 minutes, and they tell us they are working with state police to get that Amber Alert going, but it just hasn't happened yet. We want to give you another look at Bryce Coleman. You can count on us to bring you updates on him until he's found. And you should know we broke this big story on Facebook and on Twitter and on the web, and we updated it every second during the day. You can continue to follow the latest details through our social media sites. We'll give you up to the second information no matter where you are. A dramatic scene we've been showing you all afternoon. Police cruisers swarming Magee Hospital in Pittsburgh after a newborn was abducted. Right now, police have no idea where the baby boy is, who was born Tuesday, and he's been missing now for several hours.
We're going to check in again with Vince Sims, who's been at the hospital since his story first broke. Vince.
Yes, we're bringing the very latest information on the situation at this time. And what we have been told is that police did have a person of interest at one point, but we're now being told that she is not the person who took the baby at this time. But here at Magee Women's Hospital in Oakland, there's been a lot of activity since we made it here early this afternoon when we saw the police arriving on scene with their sirens and lights still going as they came to make this investigation, looking for this missing 3-day-old little baby boy. Take a look at this picture. This is the young man they're looking for right now that was stolen here from the hospital. That is 3-day-old Bryce Coleman. I had a chance to speak with his grandmother and an aunt of his who told me his name, said it's Bryce Coleman. This is the one they're looking for. So if you should happen to see that little baby around with somebody, that's who they're looking for. Now, they're told earlier that a woman came here into the hospital dressed in black scrubs, and she was able to get that baby out somehow. Family members actually told me that the woman they're looking for had actually been in the mother's room a few times throughout the day. We're still working to confirm that information through police or through the hospital at this time. But again, police are still looking for a black female that was dressed in black scrubs that left this hospital with a 3-day-old little boy. That's the very latest information we have at this point. We're going to be here at the hospital bringing you the very latest. Reporting live in Oakland, Vince Sims, Channel 11 News.
Investigators believe a woman bought scrubs before taking the baby.
And that angle of the story sent them to a woman's house, and they're still questioning her. Kara Sapita picks up the story from here. Kara.
Police rushed to this home here in Wilkinsburg, hopeful they were going to find the suspect and, more importantly, that baby. That didn't happen. We were there as they took this woman away for questioning. As you'll see, she was not wearing scrubs. They're calling her simply a person of interest, not a suspect. Here she is with a towel over her head, leaving this Wilkinsburg home in handcuffs. This happened around 3 o'clock this afternoon at a home on Laketon Road. Neighbors say Pittsburgh police and Wilkinsburg police rushed in from all directions down this one-way street. Investigators tell me this woman's name was the one used at the store in Oakland where the woman bought that UPMC nurse's uniform. Police say that this woman was extremely cooperative, as was everyone inside of that home. Police are simply following up on each and every tip. That was their strongest this afternoon. Sources tell me, however, that that woman had a strong alibi all day today. She was with her family. They simply took her in for questioning. I'd also like to add that here we are in Wilkinsburg outside of the police department, and at least a dozen people have walked up to our live truck asking about the baby, if the baby has been found, saying they're praying for the baby. Word traveled extremely fast this afternoon as police continue their search. Live in Wilkinsburg, I'm Kara Sapita, Channel 11 News.
All right, Kara, thank you. Well, you might be wondering, as we've been, why there's no Amber Alert for baby Bryce. We've been asking that all afternoon, so Target 11's Rick Earl started digging for answers. Rick, what'd you find?
Well, David, Amber Alerts come from the state. In the past 20 minutes, Pittsburgh police told us they were working on getting that Amber Alert sent out, but officials in Harrisburg said they haven't gotten what they need to issue it yet, even though this case seems to fit the criteria. Now, here's the checklist. Police must believe an abduction occurred. The child must be less than 17 years old. Officers must believe the child is in danger, and there must be descriptive information available about the circumstances. Now, that Amber Alert would send out alerts on television, radio, PennDOT signs, and to cell phones through text messages. Obviously, it could be a big help in this case.
You're the very latest on a baby kidnapped from the hospital.
And right now, we have every side of this story for you. Channel 11 News at 6 starts right now.
Live, local, late breaking. Channel 11 News starts with breaking news.
My sister's heartbroken. This is, her baby boy, and we just want to see him back safely.
They certainly do. A family's joy shattered. Their newborn was taken right out of Magee Hospital today. Tonight we have team coverage of a baby kidnapped.
And our entire team is working on this major breaking story. Our Vince Sims talked with the missing baby's family. Julie Fine interviewed a woman who came face to face with a suspect just hours before the crime. Rick Earl is following security. How does someone walk out of a hospital with a baby? And Kara Sapida following another angle, a woman who's being questioned right now. Well, let's get started with Vince Sims, now at Magee Women's Hospital again with the very latest for us live now. Vince.
Yes, we have been here all afternoon since this first started happening, breaking. It's been a very active scene around here pretty much all afternoon. Right now, things are starting to slow down just a little bit, but security is still high. We want to first of all show you this picture right now. This is the little boy that they're looking for at this moment. This is the little boy that they're looking for at this moment. This is 3-day-old Bryce Coleman is the one that they are looking for. We're being told that that little boy was stolen here from Magee Hospital. Now, also want to take a look. This is the video. This is what this scene was looking like earlier when we first arrived here. But when they first arrived, a lot of police were arriving on scene and a lot of activity with their lights and sirens going as they were going out full blast search for this little boy here at this time. Now, again, I did have a chance when I first made it here to talk with the grandmother of this little boy and the little boy's aunt. The family is making a very emotional plea to return this baby, and at the same time, they tell us how this may have happened.
Somebody came in the hospital and claimed they was my daughter's sister, and they took her newborn baby that she just had on Tuesday. And we don't know where it's at. Somebody got my grandson. Please return my baby. God, please. An innocent baby girl that's in here. What was they doing?
That's how she got away with the baby. The nurse actually cut the band off, and she was able to get away. And she was in my sister's room posing as a nurse student.
So again, a very emotional plea for that family, hoping for a very positive outcome with this situation right now. We are here at the hospital, and I was hearing from a security guard there some information that may be coming in. I've got to confirm some things right now. We will have an update for you coming your way in just a little bit on some possible information regarding that little baby. Very latest details here at Magee Hospital in Oakland. Vince Sims, Channel 11 News.
And our team coverage continues for you right now with Julie Fine tracking the clues police are hoping will lead them to baby Bryce. She joins us live now with more. Julie.
Well, we're a couple of blocks from Magee. Police believe this is the store where the suspect may have bought the scrubs. You can see them right here in the window. Police were over here earlier today. They just left here a little while ago. Now you can see police in the store talking to the manager and looking at the merchandise. Now this right here is the black scrub top that this woman bought. The store manager sold it to her early this morning. She then explained to us exactly what happened.
There really wasn't anything that unusual about it, honestly. She came in, said she needed a scrub top, said she was starting to train today, needed the top to start her job, and I said okay, took her information like we always do, and she paid with cash and she was done.
Now, right now you're looking at the doors of the store. We are told that she was here at 9 a.m. when the store opened. Police say that she did leave a name here. We're live in Oakland. Julie Fine, Channel 11 News.
Chopper 11 overhead today as a woman was brought in for questioning in this kidnapping case. We know she is not a suspect. It's unclear just how she is connected, though. And our Kara Sapida was there on the ground.
She's live now in Wilkinsburg tracking this part of the story for us. Kara?
Police rushed to this home. They were hopeful they were going to find the suspect and, more importantly, the baby. That did not happen. We were there when they took this woman out in handcuffs. They're calling her a person of interest, not a suspect. You'll see she wasn't wearing scrubs. Here she is with a towel over her head, leaving this Wilkinsburg home in handcuffs. It happened around 3 o'clock this afternoon at a home on Laketon Road. Neighbors say Pittsburgh police and Wilkinsburg police rushed in from all directions down this one-way street. Investigators tell me that this woman's name was the one used at that store in Oakland where the woman bought the UPMC nurse's uniform. Police say that this woman, as well as several others inside of that home, were being very cooperative. Police were disappointed that they did not find the baby here. They're following up on every lead.
A search of the residence, it did not turn up any signs of a child at this point.
Right now you have no idea where this baby is?
Not at this point.
Sources tell me that that woman has a strong alibi. She was with her family all day. They did take her to Pittsburgh Police Headquarters for questioning. I wanted to say that people here in Wilkinsburg keep coming up to our live truck asking us if the baby has been found. Word traveling extremely fast. People here praying the baby is returned to his mother. Live in Wilkinsburg, Carol Sapida, Channel 11 News.
Okay, you've got a lot of questions about how this happened. So did we. Let's get right to Rick Earl with what UPMC.
Yeah, David, we just got a timeline from UPMC on how all of this went down and when exactly they called police. Now, UPMC says at 12:34, the baby's security bracelet was cut by a nurse and the family was ready to go. The family says another nurse came in claiming to need one more exam and took the child. At 1:15, Dad told the staff the baby was missing. UPMC tells us they searched themselves first and called in police at 1:44. That's when people inside the hospital found out too.
Actually, they have the front doors all blocked off, and they just won't let people on the second floor because I guess that's where they took the baby at or something.
Sending everybody through that one door, and there's a cop at the door, and they got everything shut down with cops, so you can't get in or get out without getting your car checked. They're checking all the cars and stuff.
Now, we are just getting some breaking news in on this story. We understand that the baby, the infant, has been found alive and well downtown on 4th Avenue. Police are telling us that they also have the woman, a suspect, in custody. Again, the baby found just minutes ago downtown, alive and well on 4th Avenue, and police also have a suspect in custody. That's the very latest information we're getting from the assignment desk. Again, the baby has been found safe and sound downtown. Darius, David.
All right, Rick, we do understand that. And if you can stay with us for a little while, Rick, we know you're just getting this information in. 4th Avenue, do we know if this is in a car, in a house? I mean, was someone with the baby? What's the detail?
We had heard some initial reports that there might have been someone walking the baby in a stroller. That's unconfirmed at this point, but that is the initial information that came in here to the assignment desk, was there may have been a woman walking the infant in a stroller, and that's when she was spotted, and then police moved in and discovered that this was indeed missing baby Bryce.
I know you're getting this information just, as we are right back there. Was anybody taken into custody with the child? I mean, they found the child, but the woman you mentioned, anybody, arrested or taken into custody by police?
We understand that police do have the suspect, the woman who took this baby from Magee Hospital, in custody at this hour, right now in custody. Apparently the woman was taken in custody with the baby on 4th Avenue downtown just minutes ago.
So, Rick, just so we get some clarification here, and again, we are all just getting this information right now. Earlier, we reported that police had arrived at a home in Wilkinsburg and had taken someone into custody. They were questioning her at that time. We weren't sure if, in fact, this was the suspect. Are we speaking of that woman, or we're speaking of this person who may have been found with the baby at the time the baby was found?
Yeah, Darius, that's a different woman. We understand that apparently there may have been a name, that woman's name may have been used at Magee Hospital, and that's what led police out to Wilkinsburg to check out that woman, but they discovered that she in fact had a good alibi and she was not involved in this, but her name somehow had come up, and that's why police headed out to Wilkinsburg, brought her in for questioning, and apparently she has nothing to do with this. Again, the woman taken into custody was taken into custody downtown on 4th Avenue with the baby in her possession.
Thank you for that clarification. Thank you.
All right, so good news, the baby has been found, so much relief for the family. Let's go back live to Vince Sims there at Magee. Vince.
Yes, this is the information that I had heard too when I told you I was speaking with somebody here who had heard that the lady and the baby had been found, and we were hearing that the baby was going to be brought here back to Magee to be checked out. Now, I'm going to step out of the way just a second. I cannot tell you that there is a baby in this ambulance right now, but if a baby has been found and they were saying that they were going to bring it back here to the hospital, this could possibly be the ambulance that is bringing that baby back right now. The emergency room here at Magee Women's Hospital is right off to the right, so where you see the ambulance going right there, it's going to make a turn and pull over to the right-hand side to pull in there. From our vantage point where they are keeping the media here on the sidewalk, there is no way for us to actually see the entrance and doorway. I cannot actually say whether they're going to bring a baby carrier out of back of that ambulance, but with the information that we just got in, that this woman who allegedly stole this baby here from Magee Hospital and the little 3-day-old little boy who the family had told me his name is Bryce Coleman, brought back here, if this is in fact that he has been found, he could very well be in that ambulance that was being pulled in at this very moment. Now again, I can't have a vantage point to see what comes out of the back of this ambulance at this point because they have us pushed so far back at this point. But again, little Bryce Coleman. The news we are getting now, according to the Trib, is that he has been found. The woman has been captured. We're going to stay here at the scene. I'm going to try to walk around in just a minute and see if I can get a better vantage point to see what actually comes out of the back of that ambulance in case it could be a baby carrier. Reporting live outside of the hospital in Oakland, Vince Sims, Channel 11 News.
Very good, Vince. We'll check in with you soon, of course. We broke this big story on Facebook, on Twitter, and the web. We use our huge social network every day to bring you big stories. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter and get the up-to-the-second information first. We'll also go back to Vince Sims with any updates for you as soon as we confirm anything. Well, it's been our big story all day long.
And we are so happy to report a missing baby has been found after being taken from the hospital. We have a team of reporters getting all of the latest information for you, so you want to stay right here as we bring you up to date on this major story. Now, this is the news we've been waiting all afternoon to report. Baby Bryce has been found on 4th Avenue. You're looking live from Chopper 11 at an ambulance that we believe is now carrying the baby from 4th back to Magee, where he was taken this afternoon.
So we're going to keep an eye on this with Chopper. We would love to bring you live pictures of the baby coming out of that. Just such good news that the baby was found. Imagine the feelings of the family there. For about 5 hours, this child has been missing. Someone who just went across the street into a hospital store and got some scrubs, put them on, went in the hospital, took the baby, cut off the little ID tag, the security tag, and then walked out. And of course, the frantic search began right after that by police, and the distraught family just wanting to know what happened and where is their baby. Well, thank goodness the baby's been found.
Yeah, we are so very happy that we're able to report this news for you. Of course, this is a story we've been on top of and will continue to get details. Now the question becomes, how did all of this happen in the first place? And that is what we're going to continue to work on for you, as well as baby Bryce's condition. So stay with us.
All right, that is a live picture from Chopper 11 there of the ambulance with baby Bryce inside, heading back to the hospital. The baby just a few minutes ago found on 4th Avenue downtown. So that is the good news of this story. The baby abducted, Darius, just a few hours ago at Magee Women's Hospital.
And this certainly couldn't have ended in a better way, in that the baby has been found and a suspect also arrested. Rick has been following this story for us. He joins us live in the newsroom with some more details that he's been working on. Rick.
Yeah, Darius, this is a great ending to this story. We are now looking at live pictures of that ambulance pulling into Magee Hospital right there with the baby Bryce Coleman, the 2-day-old baby that was kidnapped from Magee Hospital earlier this afternoon. That baby was found just a short time ago, alive and well, safe and sound on 4th Avenue downtown. We also understand from Pittsburgh police that a female suspect has been taken into custody. That suspect will be taken over to Major Crimes headquarters downtown. The woman apparently was walking the baby in a stroller downtown when police spotted the woman. We're not sure if a tip came in and that led police there, but police moved in and found the baby and the woman there. The woman was taken into custody, the baby taken to Magee Hospital by that ambulance right now to be checked out, but we're told that the baby is safe and sound.
So we tracked the kidnapping story from the very beginning today.
And even though baby Bryce Coleman is safe, there's still a lot of questions tonight, like, how did this happen? How did they beat the security system? And obviously, how's he doing and how is his family doing? We are at the hospital where Bryce is being checked out right now, and we're also catching up with the family.
Getting a look at the suspect there. She just was brought in to Pittsburgh Police Headquarters. This is new video now. We'll find out more about her tonight. Be sure to check in with WPXI.com and with us on Facebook and Twitter, and 11 at 11 on TV on WPXI tonight. So, Darius, just great for a change to have a good result to a story like this. The baby is found. Thank goodness.
And as rare as these cases are where babies, newborns are taken out of hospitals, this is, of course, a great story to tell tonight, that baby Bryce was found just, within the last half hour ago. So this is wonderful news for his family.
The woman there being interviewed, I can't wait to hear what she has to say. And as you mentioned, Darius, just learn more about this story. Such a sad few hours for the family, desperation, but thank goodness the baby's found.
Yeah, stay with us. We're going to have more for you tonight at 10 and 11 o'clock. We'll see you then. Good night.